about to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see
just more of beautiful BC.
we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away.
Well, back in the day, this awning was a bit challenging. Don't you remember?
This is, well, I guess it's not the longest or shortest commute to the ferry that we've ever had.
No, because we slept.
We slept at the terminal.
Today's adventure started out early.
It did. Well, early for us. What did we catch? The 8:35 ferry.
So we went from Earl's Cove on another BC ferry over to Powell River.
Saltry Bay.
Okay.
Which takes us to Powell River.
Right. Which is still all on the mainland.
It is. Another ferry to another spot on the mainland.
Which is cool, because we wanted to come here because we're going to meet up with a friend.
Yeah, later tonight.
Yeah. So there's another ferry here that goes over to the island.
To the island. We did have our laundry done. We brought it with us. Did our laundry by noon. That was great.
Sort of weird, but we couldn't find
totally weird.
we couldn't find a laundromat anywhere else. So anyways, brought our laundry on a little adventure as well. Got that done, and we had a little work to do. So we've been working on that.
Yeah. So how is this different than laundry day in the Beaver?
Honestly, I'd like people's advice. But we go to the laundromat and that's all fine and dandy. But what do you do with all of your hanging stuff?
Well, and part of the problem is the laundromat we chose, because there wasn't one near our campsite, was a ferry ride away, and we're going to be over here all day, so we can't let stuff
sit. And it's
sit.
very humid environment, so you can't just let it sit or the clothes will just be a waste of wash because they'll be musty and smelly. So somehow we're trying to hang things to dry. We'll try and circulate some air through the truck today. But yeah, like I did put the delicates and the things that don't normally go in the dryer anyways, just to get that initial moisture out. But honestly, what do people do with their hand wash and hang to dry? I just want to show you that it's not all beaches and sunsets in the RV Sometimer lifestyle. I'm desperately trying to upload some files here at wonderful Starbucks, but it's going very slowly. I think we're maybe 7 hours left. Then there's the laundry that needed to be hung. Yeah, not all laundry can go in the dryer. And then, well, things are a little tight here in the truck.
Even with short legs, they're pushed against the dash.
Yeah. I mean, the beauty is once the work is done, we can go back to sunsets and beaches. But we still have to do work. That's life. Let's go. Are you coming?
I'm coming. Don't leave without me.
Indeed it is.
I guess it is. No, it's not the end of the highway, it's the start of the highway.
That's what the folks in Lund say.
Right.
And then we thought, let's adventure on up the rest of the road.
We're at the end of the line, the end of the BC 101, Lund BC. You go any further, you actually go right into the water, down a boat ramp.
So this is the beginning of Dissolution Sound. So if you were looking on a map, you would see that that sound takes you right on out to the Pacific Ocean.
Mm-hmm. It's like a personal ferry.
But his truck's still running just in case he needs to rip off. Gonna go hang out with a friend from high school for dinner, and then we'll get back on the ferry.
Yep.
Head back over to Earl's Cove, and yeah, we'll see what tomorrow brings. But that's the plan for the rest of today.
You betcha.
Gonna be fun.
19 minutes till sailing. 2 cars in front of us.
It's a very different experience than Tawasin or Schwartz.
It is.
Today we're going to start heading south now on the Sunshine Coast.
Yeah, but before we do, we're going to go, well, we're not going to go to the Skookumchuck Rapids.
Because it's like 4 kilometers down a path, but
way.
apparently it's like world-class rapids.
Yeah, but we are going to go, there's something along the way that's not quite as far.
300 meters.
It might even be feet.
Oh!
So we're going to go check that out. Because
Yes.
that's quite intriguing, especially to me.
Yes, this is Corey's happy place. So we're going to head down the path, but we are still in Egmont.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, these are tiny, tiny little places along the Sunshine Coast.
Yeah, like super tiny.
The rain has come today, which kind of is crazy because you can see what it does to my hair. I feel like a lion.
Yeah, it's not raining right now, which is good, but it is damp.
So moist.
Yeah.
But that's what it's like living in a coastal place, I guess.
It
so
is.
It's beautiful and green. That moisture offers something.
Okay, well, let's go find out what's around the next corner.
Are we there yet?
We're not, but 300 feet isn't near as far as 300 meters, so we should be there soon.
Slug alert. Everywhere we go.
There's slugs. Snack time. So we opted for the small one. I'm not sure if that was a good idea. But we are going to share a sandwich as well. That does look pretty good.
Do we need a fork?
I think I could have gone for the big one if we'd gone on the 4K walk. But the 300-foot walk, this is probably about it.
Oh, they're fairly soft.
Mm-hmm. Oops. It's more like a chopstick now. That's good.
Excellent.
Do you want a piece? So next we got a Skookumchuck roast chicken sandwich. We've still only walked 300 feet. Almost went off the edge.
Ooh, that looks good.
Oh, it does look good.
Look at that. Nice.
Very good. Avocado.
Greens. So this climate is very humid and green and leafy, and we're starting to think we maybe should have been raised here because size matters. Check that out. Is that not the hugest leaf you've ever seen? It's just crazy.
That is a big one. Stuff grows like crazy here.
It does. You can
like
see.
you say. I wonder what would have happened if we grew here.
Yeah. We'd have had longer legs.
The earth takes back everything eventually.
Back in the day, this awning was a bit challenging. Don't you remember?
Oh, I remember it being a breeze.
It certainly doesn't quite work like the beef.
No, it's not a push button. No.
Yeah.
Theoretically, there's a lever on the roll there, like on the, that you flip. You loosen these knobs. You lift up each side arm because it unhooks off the top, and then with that pushed that way, it should allow it to roll out.
Right.
And there should be a little strappy thing, which I think I see now, but I got to be able to hook
Oh yeah,
that
way up
into
in
it.
there.
Into it. I know it was a tough reach 7 years ago, and I don't think I've grown any, so. Oh, maybe.
Ooh, you might
Is it
have
in?
it.
See, that should.
Keep working that. Ooh. Okay, I'm backing up here because the problem is that we have no idea what
It's
this
rolled into
awning
there.
is going to be like after being kept in there for so long.
See, with that switch, it'll roll out but not roll back in. So that's good.
Oh boy.
Oh, I see light. I see daylight. It's a daylight awning.
Okay, keep pulling. See, we knew that it had probably been damaged.
Oh yeah.
Oof,
It's all,
she's a
it's all
beaut.
coming together now. It's definitely wet inside there.
Yeah. Well, if it's got holes in it.
This is a good exercise. Oh yeah.
This is what you call manual, folks. Little mildewy,
No, I think some wasps were at
hanging
this,
out in there.
making a nest.
So, like, we knew it probably got scraped by a tree or something.
Yeah.
That there were going to be some holes in it, and we were expecting to probably have to replace it.
The fabric, yeah.
But we thought today's the day to try out and see what condition it's at.
So the next thing is you take these and I'll tuck it in there.
But it's not going to stay like this.
Oh, wait and see. So put a little bit of pressure on that so that it stretches it out.
Oh yeah,
Tighten that so it can't go back in, because if you didn't and it got windy, this would slide in and the whole thing would start flapping around.
okay. So that's
So-
like the safety net.
Kinda. You do that at the other end and then we can slide this up. Okay.
I think she's been wet for a while.
It might have been, it kind of smelly a little bit.
It is.
So then, you just slide these buggers up. You can do them one at a time or you can do them together. Let that down. Put this other one up. Again, it's not a push of a button.
Oh, I see. Now I'm starting to remember why we wanted the beaver. Okay.
Now the other thing you can do is actually detach these, and we've never done that actually. Detach these legs from here and run them out, and then anchor them to the ground.
Oh. We never stay anywhere long enough.
We never stay anywhere long enough to bother with that. You want to leave one side a little bit lower than the other, maybe the back side a little bit lower, so water will go off and doesn't pool up there.
These holes are probably the only real problem.
Damage, yeah, other than that it could actually be cleaned up.
It could probably be cleaned.
But
there are a few holes going on there that are going to let the water drip.
we'll see if it goes back in a few days.
Yeah, that'll be the next challenge. Okay, well, now we've got some shelter for when it rains.
Perfect. He's just cutting a deal. What'd you get?
I got us some oysters.
Nice. And how are you going to do them?
Well, because I know you won't actually slurp them out of the shell. We can put them in the oven and we can steam them and open them, and then we can put them with hot sauce and lemon and garlic butter and that kind of stuff. We can even put cheese on them.
So do we have to shock them?
Well, she said that when you put them in the oven, that kind of steams them open a bit, so we might have to break them a little bit, but probably not much.
So we don't need a screwdriver and hammer?
No.
Nice.
These are a lot smaller than what we found too, like they're a different kind.
Right. What have you been doing?
Well, I was in the middle of cooking breakfast and it was time to get on the ferry, and we needed to make the coffee before we got on the ferry as well, because you got to turn the propane off. We did it. We got 2 coffees, we got our breakfast, we got juice. Now I got to do dishes. That's the next job. Well, you might as well do your chores on here. As our Sunshine Coast adventure comes to an end, we're going to make one last stop in Squamish to hang out with Courtney and Ellie. So stay tuned for the next episode and we'll cook up those oysters. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and don't forget the notification bell. We love having you along. Thanks for watching.